dinner." Papa was beaming. His beard, an inch or so long, was completely white now. "It's good to finally have you home again," he said. He hugged me to his side, like he had when I was young, and I still tucked under his chin, even though I'd just turned 20. "I've missed your smiling face in our conversations." He blinked furiously, his hazel eyes, just like mine, suddenly moist. "I know it's very different from Hartlepool, but I think you'll like it here. It's a lovely village, and I hope you enjoy living here as much as we do." I smiled tentatively, though my stomach was in knots. "I'll do my best, Papa," I said, kissing him on the cheek. I followed Mama out onto the street, to the adjoining cottage, but stopped at the sight of men bearing a coffin on their shoulders in the graveyard opposite, a procession of mourners dressed in black behind them. A small boy was sobbing, as though his heart would break, and a young man scooped him up, trying to console him. The man held the boy tight, his other arm around an older woman, as if to keep her upright as they followed the coffin. The man glanced across the road and, for a brief second, our eyes met. Even from here, I could see the raw grief on his face. And then they were gone, disappearing into the graveyard. Mama led me into my new home. "It's much bigger than our place in Hartlepool. Your room is upstairs, but I'll show you around after we've had a cup of tea," she said, taking my coat and hanging it on the hook in the hallway. "Come and help me in the kitchen." I laid my hat and gloves on the hall table, smoothed back the strands of brown hair that had escaped the simple knot at the back of my head, and followed her to the back of the house, feeling a little dazed. "How has it been?" I asked when we sat in the parlour with our tea and cake. The room was comfortable, the walls lined with pale green wallpaper decorated with tiny birds and climbing roses, the wooden floors covered by soft, colourful rugs. The lounges were clustered around the fireplace and under the windows to make the most of the light. A large bookcase, half filled with books, lined one wall, and Mama's sewing basket sat beside one of the lounges, along with several lush green pot plants. It was lovely, and I was glad Mama had her own space rather than the cramped kitchen table in Hartlepool. Mama sipped her sweet black tea. "Your father is doing well?" I smiled. As usual, Mama had known what I was really asking and had got to the heart of the matter immediately. Papa was the talker, the one everyone was drawn to, but Mama was the strength. "The brewery sent a man to teach him the ropes when we first came, and we have an experienced barman here on busy days. Now he's familiar with the process of running a public house. Your father's more relaxed. He's been 3 months and I've noticed the difference in him already. His mood and headaches are better, and he's had no chesty cold so far this winter. He loves the village. People are so friendly. It's as if he's back to his old self." While I was away at Teachers' College, Papa had been diagnosed with a condition called manganism, developed from years of breathing fumes while welding steel as an engine fitter in the shipyards. The doctor had recommended rest, fresh air, and a break from his job. Papa's answer was to buy a public house in the country. I sagged with relief, and she reached across the table and squeezed my hand in reassurance. My parents had asked me to come with them to Eberfield, and I couldn't abandon them after everything they'd done for me. "I know this is a big change from Hartlepool, but you'll find your feet once you begin work at the elementary school. I'm glad you wrote to them and secured a position. Won't be long before you feel part of this place too." I squeezed Mama's hand back. I hoped she was right, but my purpose hadn't changed. Teachers' College had only strengthened my resolve to make this world a better place. I would stay until Papa recovered and my parents no longer needed me. Then I could begin the life I'd envisioned for myself in London. 1. I'm surprised to learn that Eberfield had been an important administrative centre in days gone by, with a large poor union workhouse situated at the eastern end of the village. The workhouse should be a refuge, but it's an inescapable sentence for many, forced to endure harsh conditions and